RSV hospitalization rates are not just high for children this time of year, but also for seniors. So our chief health editor, Dr. Partha Nandi, is joining us now. And Dr. Nandi, what kind of numbers are we talking about in terms of how high it is now?
Yeah, it's a little worrisome, right, Glenda? The hospitalization rate for adults age 65 and older right now is 10 times higher than usual. According to the latest CDC data, roughly 6 out of every 100,000 seniors are being hospitalized with RSV, which is respiratory syncytial viral infection. Now, that number may seem small, but it's a lot higher than what's normally seen in early November. When you look as far back as 2014 season, the CDC rate has not been higher than 1 in 100,000. Now, here's more interesting data, Glenda. A study from 2015 that looked at industrialized nations found that out of 1.5 million folks who caught RSV, 14.5% were admitted to hospitals. That's substantial to me. And it also found that seniors, those who are age 65 and older, were more likely to be hospitalized than adults between 50 and 64. Now, RSV is a concern, and adults often don't take it as seriously as they should, because when it comes to deaths, there are between 10 and 15,000 adult deaths every year due to RSV. To me, those are big numbers.
Yeah, so there's no treatment for RSV. So what happens if you're an adult and you get it?
And important, right? First of all, most adults will get symptoms, and the symptoms are like runny nose, loss of appetite, coughing, sneezing, fever, and wheezing. We've all had those, right? Treatment is supportive care, which means you got to drink a lot of fluids, stay home, get rest. It typically takes 1 to 2 weeks before symptoms clear up. But when it comes to older adults, here's the thing. The concern is that the virus will lead to dehydration and possible pneumonia and bronchiolitis, fancy word which means inflammation of the lungs' small airways, especially if they have a weakened immune system or chronic heart or lung diseases like asthma, COPD, or heart failure. Having said that, if anyone starts feeling short of breath or wheezing, then it's a good idea to check in with your doctor, or if it's necessary, go right to the ER. You need supplemental oxygen, IV fluids, or sometimes even intubation with mechanical ventilation can be administered if needed. Right now, there's no vaccine for RSV. Hopefully, that will change by next season, as there are 4 RSV vaccines in clinical trials here in the U.S., and data may be reviewed by the FDA in the near future. In the meantime, please, take steps to protect yourself and your loved ones. The precautionary measures, like I talked about, wash your hands, please. Clean and disinfect commonly used surfaces, and wear a mask if you're at high risk. And of course, stay up to date in your vaccines, especially influenza and COVID-19. This is a serious problem, and adults need to take it seriously, not just for kids.
Yeah, and our poor kids too. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's been a tough one.
It is. There's a lot of things coming together, but we got to stay vigilant and look for those signs. And if you see them, talk to your doctor, go to the emergency room.
All right, Dr. Nandi, thank you. Appreciate you always.
Of course.
All right, and if you have a health question for the good doctor, you can email him, Dr. Nandi at AskDrNandi.com, or send it to us on Facebook or Twitter. We'll get it right to him.